Good morning, everyone. Our next topic is transitive closure. Um, Also, we'll be discussing Warshall's algorithm. Before we get into the topic, let's see. Uh, Assume G is a directed graph. So this is the graph with four vertices and another four edges are there. See, so far we were discussing only undirected graph. From here onwards, we'll be talking about directed graph. Okay, we have started with a directed graph here. Directed graph means there will be edge will be represented with arrow mark. That is, this we can say A to B. Okay, it's not otherwise. B to A is not there, A to B. So this is a directed graph. From here onwards, we'll be talking about directed graph. Okay, and when we are talking about directed graph, you should be very careful about the arrow marks from where to where it is pointing. So if this is the given directed graph G, the adjacency matrix for this directed graph will be as follows. Okay, here again, costs are not there. Edge on the edge, there are no weights. Okay, weights are not there. So weights are not there. And if I ask you to write this graph, adjacency matrix for this graph means how you are going to write it. See, if for undirected graph, we have written adjacency matrix based on weights. Okay, if it is not reachable, we have written infinity, and whatever weights were there, we have represented matrix with the weights. Here, weights are not there. So it's a directed graph. How we are going to write the adjacency matrix? Here only it is given. The matrix row column value will be 1 if there is a edge between any of the two vertices. Otherwise, it will be 0. If there are no edges between the vertices, then in that matrix, that value will be 0. So graph will be like, matrix will be like this. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. A to A, there is no edge. A to B, there is one edge. So we have marked it as 1. A to C, 0. A to D, 0. Okay, if there is an edge, we'll mark it as 1. Otherwise, it will be 0. Again, from B to D, there is an edge. So it is 1. See, in undirected, like if there is a edge between B to D, and same will be reflected in this row also, D to B. But here it is not the case. Are you understanding? If A to B is there in in undirected graph, we used to write B to A also, we used to write the same value. But here that is not the case. Okay, A to B is there, only A to B, because it is directed. Other values are 0. B to D, okay, 1. C for C, we are having a edge from D. D to C is there, but from C, there is no outgoing edge. So all these values are 0. If you are in C, you cannot go to any of other vertices. Okay, it will be the end. So there are all here, everything is 0. Again, from D to A is there, and D to C is there. Is it clear? This is the adjacency matrix for the given directed graph. Okay, adjacency for given directed graph. It is represented with zeros and ones. One represents the edge between those two vertices. 0 represents there is no connection between those two vertices. Next, we are interested in one more concept called as transitive closure. So what is transitive closure? You can see transitive closure of G is one more graph, G graph, or we'll represent it in the matrix form. Okay, we can call it as transitive closure matrix. So that matrix will be like this. So this is the transitive closure matrix for this graph. If you see the matrix, what you will understand? Okay, this definition you can understand by reading the definition also, or by just by seeing the matrix. What can you understand? See, this is the adjacency matrix for this given graph. This is the transitive closure matrix for this given graph. Okay, this transitive closure matrix for this graph only. So what do you understand when you see this matrix? what you can conclude, what is transitive closure? See, our topic itself is transitive closure, so you should understand this. See, transitive closure matrix gives us the information about what are the, if I am in vertex A, so if there are 4 or 5 vertices in my graph, whether I can reach all the vertices from A or not. That information is given in transitive closure matrix. Okay, I'm in A. I want to find out. See, anyhow, it is only connected to one vertex B. My question is whether through B, whether I can connect to other vertices or not. So that information, if I start from A, whether I can reach all other vertices in the graph or not. So that information we can find out using transitive closure matrix. When you see the matrix, easily it is visible. Okay, see, we are in A. I want for B, anyhow, there is a directed. So A to B is there. Next, I want to go to D. So from B, we can go to D. I want to go to C. From D, we can go to C. Is it clear? A to B, B to D, and D to C. So in this path, I can reach C. So that is what is mentioned here. And also one more thing is there, A to B, D to B to D, and also from D I can come back to A. For that reason, I can reach, if I start from A, I can reach A. So we have marked it as 1. I can go to B, so it is 1. I can even go to C. Okay, I can reach C, so that is 1. I can reach D as well, so it is 1. Is it clear? See, loop is not there. That doesn't mean you cannot reach A. You cannot reach A from this path also, A, B, D, and A. So we have given it as 1. And let's see from B, B to A. Yeah, B to D, D to A. So B to A also you can go. B to B also you can go. Here cycle is there. You can see B to B also we can come. B to C. Okay, go to D and go to C. B to C is reachable. B to D is direct edge is there. You can go. From C. See, once you are in C, you cannot go to A, B, or D. So all zeros. And if you are in D, you can go to A, and from A you can go to B as well. And cycle is there. You can go to D also, D to D. And there is a direct edge, you can go to C. So this is the transitive closure matrix for this given graph. This matrix represents all the nodes that are reachable from each other. Okay, when you see the matrix itself, you graph is not at all required. You can easily say that from B I can reach all the vertices. From A also I can reach all the vertices. From D also all the vertices are connected. Okay, from C none of the vertices are connected. So this gives us the information about the reachability of vertices from each other. Okay, whether we can reach one particular vertex from one particular place. Okay. So this is a transitive closure matrix for this given graph. This we have written by seeing the graph. But always we need a formal one procedure to perform this task, to write down to identify the transitive closure matrix. We need one organized procedure. For that, there is an algorithm called as Warshall algorithm. Using Warshall's algorithm, we can find out the transitive closure for a given graph. Okay, the Warshall algorithm can be used to perform this task. So Warshall algorithm is as follows. Input is an adjacency matrix and output is transitive closure matrix R. Input is A matrix, output is R matrix, transitive closure matrix. Okay, so this algorithm computes transitive closure matrix for the given adjacency matrix. So R naught is the first stage. Okay, R naught. So A is nothing but the R naught, our first stage. And we have 3 for loops. K is equal to 1, I is equal to 1, J is equal to 1, 1 to N. And it will At each stage, now we are in R0. It will go to R1 stage, R2 stage. For each vertex, matrix will go on changing. And finally, we will be in R4 stage, which is nothing but the transitive closure matrix. Okay, this algorithm is nothing but it is like this. Okay, whatever algorithm instructions are there, it is nothing but, okay, it implies the following rules for generating Rk from Rk minus 1. That is, step by step, it will be go on producing one transitive closure matrix from the previous matrix. That is from R1 means Rk. R0 is nothing but Rk minus 1. So how it will find out? Here is the rule. If an element in row I and column j is 1 in Rk minus 1, it remains 1 in Rk. Okay, if already 1 is there in some row or column, that will be retained in Rk minus 1 as well. In the previous, you can see, if 1 is there here, here also it will be 1. If 1 is here, that 1 will be retained. There will be no changes in this 1. Okay, that is the first thing it is saying. Second rule, if an element in row I and column j is 0 in Rk minus 1, it has to be changed to 1 in Rk. That is how it will change from 0 to 1, if and only if the element in its row I and column k and element in its column j and row k are both ones. Okay, so this statement I will show you with an example. Okay, you will understand step by step. This R, K, these values I will show you how it will change. One OR operation is there and one AND operation is there. OR means if already one is there, we'll return that one. Or in this location, if one is there, in these two locations, if one is there, that one will insert into the next output matrix. Okay, that I will show you with an example. So here is a graph. For this graph, this is the adjacency matrix. Okay, for this graph, this is the adjacency matrix. So now our task is to find out transitive closure matrix using Warshall algorithm. R0. Here I have mentioned R0 means we are in the first step. This is the input adjacency matrix for this graph. So in this graph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So from 1, there is a vertex to 3. Okay, from 1, there is a vertex to 3. So it is 1. For rest of the vertices, there is no path. So it is 0. From 2, we can reach 1. We can reach 3. Okay, 2 to 1, 2 to 3. Not 3. Direct edge we are talking about first adjacency matrix 2 to 1 and 2 to 4. There is an edge. Okay, so it is 1 and 1. Okay, from 2 we can go to 1. From 2 we can go to 4. And from 3 there is no path at all to any of the matrices. Okay, and then from 4 I can reach only 2. Okay, from 4 I can reach only 2. So this is the adjacency matrix for this given graph. So let's start with Warshall algorithm. How it starts is Warshall algorithm. See, for loop, 2 for loops, inside for loops are there. It will pick first row and first column. Okay, for loop, you are in the for loop. It will select first row and first column. The for loop, first row and first column. You should first consider first row and first column. In this first row and first column, you have to find out where one is there. Here one is there, here one is there. Okay, one is present there and one is present here. So at the intersecting point, here it will become 1. Is it clear? You have to consider first column and first row, and where these two things one is present at third column, one is present at second row, and they will intersect at this point. So this point, it will become 1. Okay, according to the algorithm, at this point it will become 1. So the new matrix will be like this. Okay, remaining ones will be as it is. Okay, remaining one will not change, but here at this point it has become 1. How we got that point? You have to see in first column where 1 is present, in the first row where 1 is present. It is present here, it is present here, and they intersect at this point. Okay, they intersect at this point. Thus, location you have to make it as 1. Is it clear? So you got 1 means in the graph. What does that indicate? See, this is second vertex. It is third vertex. It indicates that, see, 1, 2, 3 is there, 1, 2, 3 is there. It indicates that from 2 to 3 I can reach. I got to know that from 2 to 3 I can reach. How? From 1 and from 3. So new graph will be like this. Okay, I got the information that by seeing the matrix, what you got, from 2 to 3 I can reach. So that is indicated here. Is it clear? So that is first iteration. This was the first matrix R0, and from that we got R1. We got to know that we can reach 3 from 2. Okay. In the first row and first column, only 1 were there. They intersected at this point. So that we have made it as 1. In the next second iteration, we'll consider second row, second column. Okay, we'll consider the second row and second column. See, for loop iterations, second row and second column. In second row and second column, where ones are there, in the second column, 1 is present only here. So draw the line. Okay, in the second column, 1 is present only here. And in the second row, there are 3 ones present here. Okay, in the second row, 3 ones are there. Okay, you would draw the line here. Where they intersect at this point. So this will become 1. Also, one more 1 is there. Draw the line where it will intersect here. And here also one more 1 is there. Where it will intersect at this point. Is it clear? In the second column, only 1 is there. Okay, just draw an imaginary line. And in the second row, 3 ones are there. That one and these ones, they will intersect at these 3 points. So these 3 points will become 1. Is it clear? These 3 points will become 1, like this. So in the graph, what does that mean? We are in the fourth vertex. From fourth vertex, I can reach 1. Okay, according to the transitive graph, from the fourth vertex, I can reach 1. Also, it is saying from fourth vertex, I can reach 3. From fourth vertex, I can reach 4. So graph will be like this. Okay, from fourth vertex, I can reach 1, I can reach 3, and I can reach itself 4. So that is what is depicted here. Is it clear? So next, what is next? Next, we have to consider third row. Okay, third row, third column. First started with first row, first column, second row, second column. Next, third row, third column. Now we must consider this. Okay, when you are in third row, third column, okay, when you are in third row, third column, you can see all zeros are there. There are no 1 here. So if there are no ones here, obviously there is a, you cannot say AND operation is there in our algorithm. So if all are zeros, AND operation result will be 0 itself. In this column, in this row, all values are zeros. Okay, you cannot do the AND operation, and itself it will result in 0 itself. So the result of this operation, it will not make any changes to the matrix. Matrix will remain same. R2 From R2, if you go to R3 matrix, there is no changes. Okay, you got the new matrix, but there will be no changes in the new matrix. Graph will also remain same. There is no changes to the graph. And one more iteration we have to go, that is last row and last column, fourth row and fourth column. When you are in fourth row and fourth column, here you can see all are ones. In the fourth row, all are ones. And in the second row, only in the last column, only 1 point is row. So draw the line here. Okay, only 1 is row. And already this field is 1, this field is 1. So don't bother about it. From this one, you draw the line where they have intersected. They have intersected at this location. Okay, they have intersected at this point. Is it clear? They have intersected at this point. That is, at this location, it will become 1. So that is the new matrix. At this point, it will become 1. See, last column, last row and last column. Here 1 is there. You draw the line here. And here also 1 is there. Draw the line. See, these ones already, these rows are ones. So no need to worry. Just draw the line here. So they are see, no need to draw the lines, okay? Just I'm showing you for understanding purpose, I have draw this line. When you are solving this, don't draw these lines, not needed. Just for our understanding, I'm drawing this line. These two will intersect at this point, so that will become 1. Is it clear? That will become 1. What does this one indicates? That is from the second vertex, I can reach second vertex. Okay, from the second vertex, I can reach second vertex. So this is the final graph. When you see the graph, what you can understand? From 1, I can go to 3. That's it. So from 1, I can only go to 3. From 2, I can go to 1. I can go to 3. I can go to 4. Okay, and I can reach 2 itself. So all the rows are 1s. From 3, you cannot go anywhere. From 4, again, you can go to 4 itself, you can go to 1, you can go to 2, and you can go to 3. So all the rows are 1s. Is it clear? Transitive closure. This is Warshall algorithm. Warshall algorithm to find out the transitive closure matrix for the given graph. Okay, for the given graph, how we have started. Again, same example I will show you with respect to the algorithm instructions. First select or we shall go to in the next slide again, these are repeated. So this is the given graph. Okay, 1 ABCD it is taken 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the given graph. This is the adjacency matrix for the given graph. Okay, this is the adjacency matrix, that is R0. So this is the R0 stage. What is next stage? First, we have to consider first row and first column. Okay, we have to consider first row and first column. Here 1 is there, here 1 is there. They will intersect at this location. Okay, 1 is there, 1 is there. They will intersect at this location. So that location will become 1. You can see the instruction here. This is R0 matrix, first iteration. This will be R1 matrix. R1 of 2, 3. R1 of 2 means second row, third column. Okay, R1 of 2, 3 will be equal to R0 of 2, 3. Okay, R0 of 2, 3 is 0 itself, so don't worry. Or here this is OR operation, so this value will not matter. And then R0 of 2, 1. R0 of 2, 1 is 1, and okay, and R0 of 1, 3. R0 of 1, 3 is 1. Okay, 0 or 1 and 1, it will become 1. So this location will become 1. Okay, R1 of 2, 3 will become 1. See, algorithm instruction. According to the algorithm instruction, it will change like this. R1 of 2 comma 3 at this particular location will become 1. Remaining ones will remain as it is. Other ones will not change. So this particular one will become 1 and this 0 will become 1. This is R1, matrix R1. And in the matrix R1, what you must do, you should select second column, second row. Okay, second column and second row. Here 1 is there. Here in this location 1, 1 and 1 is there. So here 1 means this one and this one will intersect at this location. That is R2 of 4 comma 1. This is 4, fourth row and 1th column, 4 comma 1, which is equal to R1 of 4 comma 2. That is R1 of 4 comma 2, R1 of 4 comma 2 and R1 of 2 comma 1. So AND operation is 1. So this point will become 1. And then next R2 of 4 comma 3, that is nothing but this R2 of, see here 1 is there, here 1 is there. So this location will become 1. Here 1 is there, here 1 is there. So this location will also become 1. This is 4 comma 3 and this is 4 comma 4. R2 of 4 comma 3 is nothing but R1 of 4 comma 2, that is this one, and R1 of 2 comma 3. Okay. So it will become 1. Next R2 of 4 comma 4 will be equal to R1 of 4 comma 2 and R2 of 2 comma 4. 4 comma 2 and 2 comma 4. So this location, this will become 1. This has become 1. This is becoming 1. This is R3, R2. So this is R2 matrix. Next, in the R2 matrix, we have to consider third row, third column. And you know that nothing will change because all are zeros here. AND operation will result in 0 itself. So there is no change. This is the output. Next, R4 is equal to, you have to select all last row and last column. In the last row and last column, last row all are ones. But here also already 1 is there. So this row value and this column value, that is R4 2 comma 2 is equal to R3 of 2 comma 4 and R3 of 2 comma 4 and R3 of 4 comma 2. If you do the AND operation, this point will become 1. So this has become 1. This is the final transitive closure matrix for the given graph. Is it clear? Using this is Warshall algorithm, step-by-step Warshall algorithm to find out the transitive closure matrix for this given graph. First, see, it's a very easy thing. They will give you the graph. You have to write the adjacency matrix. First, consider first row and first column. And wherever 1 is there, you just draw a line like this. See, algorithm you just write in exam, this algorithm, these 4 lines. Okay. If you can't follow it, just you can use the simple technique. Okay, first consider first row and first column. Wherever 1 is there, you just you should find out where those two ones will intersect. So this is the place where it will intersect. If there is a 1 here, it will intersect here at this location. If there was 1 here, it will be intersecting here. If there is 1 here, those two ones will intersect here. So wherever they intersect, that location will become 1. Okay, that location will become 1. Next, consider second row and second column. Okay, second row and second column. In the second row and second column, 1 is present in the last row, so draw the line. And in the second column, 1 is present here, so 1 is present here, they will intersect here. 1 is present here, 1 is present here, they will intersect here. Okay, one is there, 1 will intersect here. So those rows will become 1, 1, 1. Third row, third column, there is no changes because all the values are 0 in third row. So output matrix, there will be no change. It will remain as it is. Next, consider fourth row and fourth column. In the fourth row and fourth column, 1 is present here. So you can draw the line like this and find out where it will intersect with the row values. Here 1 is there, here it will intersect, but already 1 is there. Here it will intersect. So this 0 will become 1. Here 1 is there, here also 1 is there. No need to worry. Okay, so one more change means here you will get the 1. So this is the final transitive closure matrix, and graph will be like this. And again, no need to write the graph also. Transitive closure matrix they will ask, they will not ask the graph. So just for your understanding, I have written these 3 graphs. No need to write this graph as output. Only thing is step by step, you have to write, okay, you have to write the matrix transition from R node to R3. Step by step, you have to write this. After stage 1, after stage 2, how it will change and what is the resultant matrix you are going to get. Okay, all of you mark your attendance fast. So this is Warshall's algorithm to find out transitive closure of a given graph. Okay, this transitive closure matrix gives us the reachability of each and every vertex with other vertices. If you can do it with the help of algorithm like this, you can do that also stage by stage. You'll get if it is not confusing for you people, you can do it like this also, or you can write like that directly. Okay, is it clear? So this is transitive closure using Warshall's algorithm. Tomorrow we shall see one more topic, that is Floyd's algorithm to find out shortest path. So today I will stop here. Is it clear? Okay, finish attendance. Thank you.